Hey guys, what's up? It's Bpoomer. This is going to be a generally pretty unstructured video because today I just want to kind of go on a long talk. Before I begin this video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so because it would really help me out, and like and comment as well. It would be a big help because currently I'm sitting at like 41 subs, so it would be a really big help to me if you were to do that. Okay guys, hope you enjoy the video, and let's get on to the subject. Now before we begin, there are a lot of misunderstandings on the internet about the dark web. I go online and I see, well, stuff like this, and then stuff like this, which is just, there's so many people like out there just taking people's word for it who haven't actually been on there themselves. But except the only issue is with that is that sometimes these words aren't very credible. Some people just aren't saying exactly what it is, which led to a lot of misunderstandings. And today I kind of want to hopefully clear those things up for us so that you can kind of gain a better understanding of it. If you're going in this video knowing nothing about it, like absolutely nothing, that is completely fine. That is actually recommended. Everything I say here is going to be the truth about it. If something is explicitly unconfirmed or something, I will say that. I'm going to make sure that I get almost everything down. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll be replying to all of you. Okay. Let's start the very, very basics. What is the dark web? So, the dark web was created by the US military in order to have like a safe and secure network in order to not be tracked by any outsiders. But this can be accessed by anyone, and that's primarily why the dark web is never going to be removed, because people often ask, why is the dark web still up if all this bad stuff is happening there? And that's why, because it technically belongs to the US military. This is not to be confused with the deep web. This is a very, very, very common misunderstanding. People often confuse these two things, so I want to get that off right off the bat. The dark web is the thing I was just talking about. The deep web is stuff like your bank account, like stuff that can't normally be accessed by other people, like, oh, you require like a login to get in your bank account online. That's the deep web. That's not the dark web. They're entirely different things. The deep web is basically just, you can access it from the surface web. The surface web is just like your search engines like Google and like, yeah, stuff like that. But the deep web is what can be accessed from the surface web. Hopefully that cleared some things up. What is so significant about the dark web? Well, people often say that it's a place where crimes happen and horror stories are from, little nightmares are present, which is semi-true, because, well, a lot of things that people say, like, for example, red rooms aren't real. A red room is a very popular thing that, like, people say is on the dark web, but it really doesn't. They really don't exist, but people keep like telling these fake stories, these completely fabricated stories about them, and people believe it because they haven't gone on the dark web themselves, so they have no reason to believe it's not true. Basically, I explained in my Red Rooms video why they aren't real, which, TLDR, you cannot stream on the dark web. What Red Rooms are supposedly, they're basically these live streams that people do, and they show them like killing a person and like torturing them, and like all these horror stories have like, talked about them, but it's not possible because you can't stream on the dark web because, yeah, you just can't. Streaming is not possible on the dark web, so by the transitive property, Red Rooms aren't real either. Now, there is also the real stuff that is talked about. If you're looking for, there's all sorts of drugs, illegal firearms, people say that's on there. That is true. That is entirely true. I have gone on the dark web and I've seen all sorts of stuff. There is all sorts of stuff that can be bought with Bitcoin. Some people on YouTube are just bringing this to unrealistic extents. Like, buying a human slave on the dark web. Like, yeah, it's technically possible, but it'd be too risky for someone such as this, a random YouTuber to just find. You can't just stumble across it. That's the entire point. If you have something like that, you're not gonna just find it. If you're like one of these kinds of YouTubers, you're not just, the point is that you don't find it. So no, I guarantee you that they aren't real. I guarantee you there are some out there, most likely. There's probably something like that out there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but like the majority of like all the stories about like all these slaves and, oh, I bought a clown on the dark web for a birthday party, like all these are so stupid and they're not to be believed. It's a complete exaggeration of the whole dark web thing, the illegal buying. It's not even the whole dark web. There's a lot of just completely normal websites that are on there. It's not all bad. It's only bad if you know where to look. There are bad websites on there, or quote-unquote bad, what you'd assume to be bad. So a lot of these YouTubers just sort of make an exaggeration out of the whole thing. They bring it to unrealistic extremes. But that's not to say that we don't want to take a deficient standpoint either, because there are stuff like this on there. There is illegal, illegal buying and selling on there. There's all sorts of stuff. There is people genuinely like having bad intent on there. There is probably some no, there's most definitely like all sorts of stuff involving murders on there. But a lot of what you see is fake. It's not everything. That's not the whole dark web. That's not the entire thing. That's the thing. They're just not telling you the whole story. And most of the story they are telling you, it's completely fabricated too. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I just kind of wanted to push these unrealistic fabrications away because they're entirely not true. And I just wanted to get to the point and tell you exactly what it is. Obviously I couldn't explain everything in my video, but if you have any questions about it, whether something is real or not, leave a comment down below. I'll respond to everything you have to ask. If you have not done so already, please like, subscribe, and comment. It'll really help me out. Again, please really do that. Thank you guys for watching the whole video, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Bpoomer. Goodbye.